Hello and welcome to another episode of Swim Sets by the Pool podcast. This is the podcast where you get free swim workouts and tips that will help you swim better. My name is Nathan Cohen. I'm a professional triathlete, and with me, as always, is the Greg Harper, aka the man everyone fears when they see him on a start list for the swim because they know they're not going to make the front pack unless they're like three people. But yeah,
The select front pack.
like Seth Ryder, I don't know, Mark maybe.
Yeah. I dropped Marcus St. Anthony's a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, they fear me in the swim. Well, they just know it's going to be a good swim because
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
financially compensated for coming out first out of the water. So it is always a goal of mine this year,
That is
which
nice.
I'm fortunate. But yeah, no, doing well. And we got a set sent to us from a coach who I used to coach with, KJ. I coached summer rec league with her about 10 years ago. And I forget if it was 2 or 3 summers. I think the last summer we had, she was the head coach and I was like, I guess her assistant, like her lead assistant or so. Um, so yeah, it was fun. KJ is one of those coaches I would trust kind of with my life. Like I know what she's about and how she operates. And when we coached together, which is a sign of a good coach, she was the head coach of the team, and I wasn't the head coach, but I was swimming on the best college team in the country, and it was a collaborative effort. There was no ego. So she was perfectly happy coming to me for something that maybe she didn't feel like she had the perfect expertise and vice versa. And I thought we coached a really successful team together. And just because the head coach kind of had no ego and was happy to learn from me and from everyone around. So yeah, I think she coaches the CU Tri team now as well. So she's making her way up, and of course, she lives in Boulder, like all the triathletes on Earth.
Yeah, yeah. This set is from Longmont, Colorado. I hear that's like, is that right outside of Boulder? I don't know.
Yeah, it's right outside Boulder.
Okay.
Yeah, super close. Yeah, and so this is a Masters that I think she sent us. I'm not sure if she coaches the Masters or not. I think she does coach Masters too. So, um, it's possible she wrote this set, but yeah, kind of a set. Maybe they're prepping for a meet or something. It looks like too.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think they're prepping for a state swim meet in Colorado, like maybe a Masters state swim meet, which would be cool. But yeah, I've got a little quick tip though to start us off. And I was just thinking about this because I just got back from a race in Mexico and it was a sweet swim. It was a beach swim. Had a little bit of surf, a couple waves and stuff, which always freaks a couple people out. And yeah, my tip is when you go to races, try and find some time a little bit before the race and then especially after the race, if it's a kind of conditions that you're not used to swimming in and just practice it, you know? Like if you go to the beach and you know you like hardly ever go to the beach, and the water is safe to swim in and all that stuff, like practice body surfing a little bit. Like find someone else like who maybe looks like they know what they're doing and ask them for some tips and stuff because those kind of skills can like honestly like make or break your race. Like I saw so many people diving into like ankle deep water and just like scraping their face against the bottom of the pool or like ripping their goggles off. I mean, not the bottom of the ocean. And just knowing like when it's okay to dive, when it's not, like when to start swimming, how far you can run in, having those things like in your toolbox and just practicing them can really help you. Because yeah, you go to some of these races and if you dive too early or you get like hit by a wave that you didn't see coming when you're like exiting the beach, you can get tossed around and it could really mess you up. So, yeah, just practice, you know, and that's how you get better. It's hard, but like Jamie Riddle, some of these guys who are super good at the beach starts, they just do it all the time. And that's why they're good at it. It's not like they were gifted with some special skill. They just like practiced it a bunch and they dominate people in beach swims. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
tip.
100%. And if you're on vacation or something at the beach and you want to body surf, yeah, and it's safe and everything, go try to catch some waves. Like you'll be a better swimmer in the pool too. Just everything about it, like the awareness, the comfortability. Like if you're kind of scared of the open ocean, like go out there and body surf and get tossed around by a wave and realize you'll probably be okay. And, don't go in the swells and, rip tides, all that stuff, but make sure it's safe and get out there and practice and just get your overall comfort and awareness in the water. And like Nate said, practicing running into the ocean, if it's on a start line of 60 people, and in ITU they assign numbers, but if you can like pick where you are, there is a line where it's going to be shallower for longer.
Hmm.
Find that line, you can run further, and that can make or break your pack and all that type of stuff. So there's these little things. I raced the LA Triathlon once, and we had a start line and we all ran straight. And one dude just literally went sideways and ran probably 20 meters to the side and then went in the ocean because he had found that line. And we were all dolphin diving and swimming, and he was still running. And he was the first person to the buoy by like 20 meters. And he wasn't even that good at swimming. Like he didn't even
Hmm.
come out with us, but he just did his homework. And the guy had been a pro for 15 years. And it's just like, it probably set up his race. He probably caught out a minute in front of where he would just because of that little trick. And that doesn't require any skill. It just requires some homework beforehand.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
exactly.
no, good thought, Nate. All right, well, so let's get into it. Typical Masters kind of warm up: 300 swim, 200 kick, 300 pull. Um, Pretty standard. You know how it is. It's like you start the rep, or the workout 10 minutes after this top of the hour, and then whatever you can fit in that 10 minutes. Some people will do that warm up, some won't do it, and yeah, 12-10 or whatever,
Hmm.
you start the workout. So yeah, pretty standard. Swim, kick, pull.
Yep. And then 450s, 25 dolphin kick on back, 10, 5 to 10 rest, and then 25 build free. Yeah, just a nice little quick tune up before you get into the main set. I like it.
Yeah, and kick on your back dolphin is, I think, yeah, it's a good skill to learn. Whether you're underwater and then you pop up to the surface, it's like very good like core work as well.
Hmm.
Or even do vertical kick, dolphin kick. So yeah, I think it's a worthwhile skill to get to a good level at,
Yeah, and if
even
it's
even if you're a triathlete.
yeah, and if it's super hard for you, because you don't dolphin kick a bunch, just like dolphin kick on your back as far as you can underwater, and then try and hold it on top of the surface for as long as you can. And if your core is just on fire and you just can't hold it together anymore, just do like a regular freestyle kick on your back. And then
Hmm.
you can just challenge yourself, try and get across the whole pool, then try and do a whole 50, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, and the main set is looks to be about 1200. It's three sets of four 100s.
Hmm.
So the first one's 75 build, 25 fast, and then 50 build, 50 fast. Third one's 25 easy, 75 fast, and fourth one's 100 fast. Um,
100 fast.
yeah, I like the idea of it. It's a lot of hard swimming.
Hmm.
Especially because like the 75, it's build. I mean, yeah, I think it's generally good. I would just be concerned that in a master's practice, like the build is just kind of like whatever, and they don't build, and then they just go
Hmm.
like kind of medium on the fast by the second or third round. So I think that's something to watch out for. If you really start easy on a 75 build and make sure you're building through it, like
Yeah.
I think this set could be effective, but that would be my only like worry as a coach, especially if you're not there watching, getting
Hmm.
times for people.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure there's some people who do 5 strokes fast at the end and call it a build, which, technically it is. But yeah, I think that's a good point. If you're doing a build, really start smooth. And I always like to say, rather than trying to add effort, try and add a little bit more, like a little more efficiency, a little more power, um, rather than just like making it feel harder. Because like if it feels harder, you could also be swimming slower. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And like a good master's program and this is a really organized workout,
Hmm.
like written down. And, there's gold, silver, bronze, iron, which are basically intervals, right? So the
Yeah.
gold is the fastest intervals, but you'll notice that in the bronze, it's only 2 rounds of four. And the
Yeah.
iron is 2 rounds of four, but at 15 seconds rest. So they don't really do intervals. So this is a
Yeah.
good way to keep the flow of a workout and keep everyone kind of on the same page.
Hmm.
The slower people can only do 1500 and the fast people can do 2000, but then you move for the next set at the same time. So
Hmm.
there's obviously like an experienced coach who like organized this
Yeah.
workout and they know how to manage a group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good. And that also can show you, like, if you're listening to this pod, you can kind of see where you're at and like see what interval is closest to your pace and stuff. And if you're totally new to swimming, just doing stuff off 15 seconds rest makes it a lot easier. Um, yeah. And then 50 easy. in between, and then the next set is 25 fly, 75 free, 25 back, 75 free, 25 breast. So it's just three 100s in that kind of order, but it also says you can replace any 100 with IM. So you can do all the hundreds like IM order, which I honestly would really like. And one thing I've been trying to do more is like challenge myself with like doing 100 IMs on like shorter intervals. Like, I mean, trying to get down to like for me like 120 for 100 IM because it's like challenging, but I also know I can do it. But you have to like really like keep it together and yeah, I find that really fun just to mix it up. I always try and throw in one set where there's like a good amount of IM and yeah, just makes it fun.
Yeah, and the gold people are doing 3 rounds, and the iron only 1 round, too. And if the iron, it seems like some newer swimmers are this lower level. It's like the stroke work will probably take them even proportionally longer too,
Yeah.
compared to the fast people. So, you just kind of go with where you're at, and
Hmm.
yeah, I like the option with, oh, hey, if you want to do some 100 IMs, do that. And, remember, if you're ever swimming masters or in a group, you just got to communicate with your lane and let them know
Yeah.
what you're doing. And if you're going to do all breaststroke, you don't push off first. So,
Nope.
communicate with your lane. And that honestly, that's half the battle, I think, as a coach is getting people to just follow the workout correctly and communicate and, not get in each other's, even adults, sometimes you feel like you're probably managing a little group of kids because people will throw
Yeah.
tantrums when someone's like not doing the workout correctly. So it's like, yeah, everyone
Yeah.
just put your ego at the side and let's get through the workout together.
Yeah, for sure. And I like that even for the less experienced swimmers, they're still having them do stroke. Because, like, just because you're new to swimming, or if you feel like you're a quote unquote bad swimmer, you can still practice the stroke. It may not look great, and it probably won't. I guarantee you it will not look great when you're first starting to learn backstroke or breaststroke, but you have to start somewhere. And if you're in it for the long run of getting better at swimming, just start, and
Hmm.
that's the only way to get better. And yeah, I really like that flow. And then ooh, I like this little note. So the third part of the set is 425s where it's odds are fast and then evens are easy. And it says if you're doing the state meet next month, do the 25s from the blocks, which I really like.
I knew you were gonna like this one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and we're always just saying get off the blocks fast too. I don't
Yeah.
know, like I don't like to poke fun at Lionel because we all love Lionel, but he posted that YouTube video and he did a swim meet. His dive, I mean, bro, it was like a 1 second reaction time, and then he lost 2 body lengths on the dive. It's like Lionel's a great athlete. Like you
Yeah.
just gotta work on it a little bit, right? And even doing a dolphin dive into the ocean, you
Yeah.
might be better at that because you did some dives off the block. So, you
Yeah.
know, always practice it, no matter who you are. If you think diving's not important, you're wrong. Everything is important. These are all skills to help you
Yeah.
become a better and more comfortable athlete in the water.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, a positive to that too is the worse you are at diving, the more exponential improvement you'll have. So like if you just do it a couple times, you're gonna improve drastically compared to someone who's like a really good diver if they like do it. Like I just do it for fun because like I mean I swam a season in college, so I had to get on the blocks a lot. But I still do it now and it's like super fun. And
Hmm.
yeah, I like that. I mean, this is a great
And
set. I love this.
yeah, it is a good set. And the dive might help you become a better streamliner because you might go off the blocks and when you enter the water, your hands are going to come apart because your
Hmm.
streamline's probably not good. Okay, so cool. Now my streamline's better and tighter because I know when I just push off normally, I'll have that feeling of that good tight streamline. And
Yeah.
then when you're swimming, maybe you have a little bit tighter extension at front and you're more hydrodynamic. Like little things can make differences in areas you wouldn't even dream of. So if you don't practice all these things that maybe quote unquote a triathlete thinks are not important,
Hmm.
you could just leaving time. Like, look, I'm one of the best swimmers in this sport of triathlon. I'm also the best at all of these things. Like, you put me on a
Yeah.
block, I'm bad at diving compared to like the people I raced in college. But like
Yeah.
I'm great compared to athletes. So, it's all relative and yeah, anyway, good set and probably had good flow and was fun and engaging for the kids. So, or I mean for the adults. So, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, all
That's
around good.
great. Maybe you could use this set, Greg, for your master's group you're coaching.
Yeah, I know, right? I was saying I can get some intel and some inspiration for the masters that I'm going to be coaching.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
sweet. So yeah,
so I guess my hot I just want to throw a stat out there because I've talked to this with a couple people and it's just really interesting. So I'm going to use the 11-12 boys national records as benchmark. So the national record in a mile running for 11-12 boys is 4:36. Now, I would say 90% of male professional triathletes can run a 4:36 mile, just
yeah,
1 mile.
I think so.
Nearly 100% of them. Now, the 11-12 boys 400-meter freestyle record is 4:12. And I think less than 1% of pro male triathletes can do that. So, look, there's a massive disconnect between swimming and triathlon. And I just triathlons are and the 11-12 girls is 4:17. I mean, shit. My best time is 3:59. I would have a hard time doing a lot of those times, but I don't know. I guess my hot take is that triathletes are just bad at swimming. And like
Yeah,
I think there's something fundamentally wrong how a lot of these people learn and approach swimming. And yeah, hopefully they can change. But it's like it's kind of crazy when you think about that.
yeah. I'm gonna say just to add on to that, I don't think swimming's peaked in pro triathlon yet. I don't think we've reached the height of swim potential in pro triathlon. Um, we've had some great swimmers, Richard Varga, and we see Mark DeVay and stuff right now in the short course scene, but I just don't think it's at its peak yet. I think we could see faster times where the swim matters a little more and stuff.
Well, and just the depth of it, like I just feel like everyone should be able to swim a bit faster too. Because you look at someone like Mark, like he's not that fast in the pool, I would imagine. He's got a
Hmm.
crazy choppy stroke. And it's like I actually asked him one time, I was like, how fast do you think you could swim a 400? He's like, oh, I think maybe like 4:20 or 4:15. And it's
Hmm.
like you don't have to be that you have to be efficient, but you don't have to be like a professional level swimmer. But you think about Morgan Pearson and running and Alex Yee and Laylo and Ditliff. Like these guys are close to professional level in those, but there's not a triathlete on planet who's close to a professional swimmer. So yeah,
Uh,
there's some disconnect there, and I think it's if you're a young professional triathlete, you better double down because in a few years it's going to be even quicker at the front of these races because I think people are going to get better at it.
I think so. I'm actually coaching a guy who just retired from D1 swimming, and he's gonna do Santa Cruz 70.3. I think he's gonna swim faster than the fastest pro. Um,
I wish I was doing it because he wouldn't beat me out of the water.
I
But
don't know, dude. He's pretty fast.
yeah, but I'm the best. I'm just too good at open water.
Yeah,
But yeah, but he wouldn't be in the same shape. But yeah,
yeah,
I don't think I'm going to be doing it. But that's super cool. I can't wait to follow him in his
yeah,
journey
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, it'll be sweet. Anyways, shout out to Kyle. That's the guy I'm coaching. He has an episode with us. If you dig back, you can find it. But yeah, thanks for listening to this episode, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Share with your friends. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to help us grow. We're trying to get up there in that. And then we also have a Patreon, which we will link below. We've got a couple of people supporting us on there. So yeah, if you want to help me and Greg keep spreading the love of swimming, yeah, supporting us on Patreon would be awesome. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.